Ahmed, I'm going to answer your question. So Ahmed Ali asks, are PPIs all the same? I'm taking lansoprazole 30 milligrams for my negative H. pylori ulcers and gastritis, but someone recommended me to switch to 40 milligrams of pantoprazole. Is there any difference? This is a great question. So I will tell you, in general, there are very little differences between all the acid medications. In essence, they all work the same. What they do is that they stop the acid cells from working, and all of them pretty much work in that same way. I will tell you though, there's some subtle differences in terms of the formulation, in terms of how they're released, and in terms of how long they work for each single one. So I'll give you an example. Dexilant. This is one of the newer medications that we have for acid reflux. Dexilant is one of the very few medications in this class that you do not have to take 30 minutes before your first meal. Most of the other acid medications, pantoprazole, lansoprazole, Acifex, you have to take at least 30 minutes before your first meal. Dexilant is one of those where you don't have to do that. And for some people, that's more convenient, don't have to worry about that. There are other ones that you have to take at a certain time because of how it's released, and there are other ones that only work for about 12 hours versus others that work for about 24. And so there are subtle differences, but by and large they work pretty much all the same. And it's very controversial in the GI world whether it's worthwhile to consider switching from one acid medication to another versus maybe bumping up one dose that you're on right now. And so it really just depends on each individual person. It's a great question. I'm glad you asked that.